Hello, friends. I'm Sheetal Rawat. Today we are going to discuss the novel Clear Light of Day by Indian novelist and three-time Booker Prize finalist Anita Desai. Anita Desai was born on June 24, 1937 in Mussoorie, India. Her father Dhiren Majumdar was a Bengali and her mother was a German. The Majumdar left Germany 2 decades before the Nazi persecutions and settled in India. Desai has inherited multilingual background. She is familiar with Bengali, Hindi, German and English. However, the first language that she formally learned to read and write was English at Queen Mary's Higher Secondary School in North Delhi. Her first piece of writing was also in English at the age of 7. Desai's childhood and student life was spent in Delhi. She graduated from Miranda House, Delhi University with English honors in 1957. She married Ashwin Desai, an executive, and has 4 children. Her daughter Kiran Desai is also a writer. And given her multilingual background, Desai found English more suitable for her works. Now let's discuss about Anita Desai's major works. She has written novels like Cry the Peacock, Voices in the City, Bye Bye Blackbirds, and so on. And she has also written short stories such as The Peacock of Garden, Cat on the Houseboat, To Seal a Picture, etc. As a writer, she has been shortlisted for the Booker Prize 3 times. And she received a Sahitya Academy Award in 1978 for her novel Fire on the Mountain. She won British Guardian Award for The Village by the Sea. This novel is published in 1980. The primary focus of the novel is the importance of family. Other predominant themes include the importance of forgiveness, the power of childhood, and the status of women, particularly their role as mother and caretakers in modern day India. And this story revolves around the Das family and the bonding between the brothers and sisters in childhood. But when they grew up, they have their different lives, minds, and how just on a ladder the misunderstanding starts between them, and does this misunderstanding solves or not? So for this we need to uh, discuss the characters of the story in detail. In this novel we can see 3 families: Das family, Ali family, and Mishra family. Mr. and Mrs. Das spend most of their time in clubs, playing cards, and not giving any attention to their children. And they have 4 children. Eldest one are Bimla and Raja. Bimla is also called Bim. And third child is Tara. And the youngest one, Baba, he is autistic, mentally retarded. And while Raja and Bim, they are very confident and courageous, and they wanted to be hero once they grow up. But Tara, she is not so bright as Bim and Raja. And now in their family there is Meera Masi also. Meera Masi comes to Das household to look after the youngest Das child Baba, who is autistic, but she also looks after the other Das children Bim, Raja, and Tara. She helped Baba to do lots of works independently, which surprised others. Not only Baba was influenced with Meera Masi's affection, but Tara also find instant bond with Meera Masi, which she never had with her parents. During the first summer of her stay at Das home, it was Meera Masi who nursed both Bim and Raja, and who were suffering with typhoid, and then they also gradually get used to Meera Masi. Children neglected by their own parents got love and care from Meera Masi, but she has a painful background. She was barely 12 years old when she was married and was virgin when she was widowed. Her husband went to England and for higher studies, but he died of a cold there. Now she was blamed for her husband's death, and for no reasons she was punished, and she was supposed to serve the family members as a servant till she left to join Das family. Meera Masi becomes an alcoholic and gets addicted to brandy. And there is also an incident when Meera Masi asked to bring a cow because she wanted kids to have milk. But unfortunately, that cow falls into the well, and this incident affected Meera Masi a lot. And due to all this mental derangement, slowly, Meera Masi dies. Now, there is one more important person who is related with Das family. That is Mr. Biswas. Mr. Biswas is a doctor sent by Mr. Das farm to treat Raja's tuberculosis. Later, he also treats Meera Masi's alcoholism. He gradually becomes like a family doctor to Das. Dr. Biswas seems to be concerned and at the same time interested in Bim. As during one of his visits, he tells Bim, "There are great problems. Your father, the house, the family, Raja's illness. It is all too much for a young lady. Raja must recover and take his father's place." Well, Mr. Biswas feels shy and nervous in the presence of Bim. Once Dr. Biswas takes Bim out one evening and he tells her about his mother and sister. But on the other hand, Bim does not seem to be interested in Dr. Das, and so later in the novel we see no relationship develops between them. Now there is another important family in this novel, Ali family. In Ali's family there are Hyder Ali and Benazir. Hyder Ali is a rich man, owns many houses in Old Delhi. He is the landlord of Das house. He used to ride on his white horse on the bank of the river Jamuna like a prince. And Raja loved watching this. He also wanted to be like Hyder Ali. So Ali was Raja's hero, his ideal. When Ali come to know about Raja's interest in Urdu poetry, he encourages him and allows him to his personal library at home. Later in the story we see after partition, Ali's family leaves Delhi and shifts in Hyderabad. At that time Raja was suffering with tuberculosis, but he felt very helpless because he was not able to help Ali's at that time. But later we see that he reaches Hyderabad, he leaves his own family in Old Delhi, and with family he leaves the responsibilities of families also and shifts in Hyderabad with Ali's. And there he marries Benazir, Ali's daughter, and after Ali's death, he inherits all Ali's property, including the Das house in which Baba and Bim are living right now. Now, the third important family in this novel is Mishra family. Mishras are portrayed as very Indians, while Das family as more Westerns. In Mishra family, there is Brij Mishra, who is the father. He had earned lots of money in Burma, and he has two daughters, Jaya and Sarla. Jaya and Sarla are unambitious. They married very early without completing their education, but now they are abandoned by their husbands and living in their father's home. And they earn their living by running a nursery school by day and teaching children dance and music in the evening. Since childhood, Tara liked their company. As she was not getting the love and attention from her parents, so she always tried to be away from her home. And now let's talk about Mishra's sons. They are three, and all are unemployed, lazy, and they are also abandoned by their wives. But the youngest son, Mulk, he is interested in music. And now there is one more important character in this novel, that is Bakul. Bakul is Tara's husband now. When Tara was growing up, she met Bakul at Roshnara Club, where she met with she went with Mishra sisters. And that time, Bakul was a trainee for the Indian Foreign Service. Now, as Bakul and Tara they are married, they are living abroad with their two daughters. Bakul's most significant role in this novel is his request to Tara to arrange Bim and Raja to meet in order to sort out their misunderstanding. In this novel, we can see the treatment of time by Anita Desai. She has split the novel into four parts. Part 1, which begins with present, part 2, which is set in past, and part 3rd, which tells us about even further past, and part 4, which sets in present again. So, in part 1, we see that Bhim and Tara meet after a long time. Bhim is single, teaches history in a local college, and lives with her autistic brother, Baba, in Old Delhi. Tara, with her husband Bakul, has come India to attend the marriage of the eldest daughter, Moina, of their brother Raja, who lives in Hyderabad now. Tara asks Bhim to go with them to attend the marriage at Raja's place, but Bhim refuses. Raja and Bhim had been very close as siblings. The problem between them begins when Raja marries Banjir, the daughter of her mentor and landlord Hyder Ali. After Ali's death, Raja inherits his property and including the house in which his sister and brother Bhim and Baba are now living. The immediate cause of the rift between the two, between Raja and Bhim, is the letter which Raja writes to Bhim after Ali's death. He mentions in the letter that he will allow them to live in the house at the same rent as before, and he won't sell the house as long as Baba and Bhim needs it. Bhim shows this letter to Tara and tells her how deeply she was wounded by Raja's arrogance and insensitivity. Actually, it was only Bhim and Baba left in the family now, and as now they don't have their parents, and after their parents' death, it was Raja's duty to take care of the family, and he is behaving like an outsider. So, all this deeply hurted Bhim. She tells Tara, how can I enter his house, my landlord's house? I, such poor tenant? Because of me, he can't raise the rent or sell the house. Imagine that sacrifice. Well, Tara asks Bhim to tear the letter, but Bhim refuses. Then Bakul, Tara's husband, requests Tara to arrange for Bhim and Raja to meet in order to sort out their misunderstanding over the letter. Part 2 is set in the past, during violence of partition in 1947. Raja is suffering with tuberculosis. Alis have left Delhi for Hyderabad. Raja feels frustrated that he cannot help them in their time of need. Raja's concern for Alis makes Bhim see the heroic side of her brother. All summer, Bhim nurses her brother and reads him his favorite poets. In this section, we also come to know about their mother's poor health. Their mother, for the first time in 20 years, missed an evening in the club because of her poor health. But that night only, she passed away. The mother died without seeing any of the child. And children, they did not seem to be bothered at all by their mother's death. Now, Meera Masi's addiction to brandy, and because of her mental derangement, she is also getting poor health. Well, Tara was more close to Meera Masi, but she escapes. She always escapes herself from situations. And now Tara is developing relationship with Mishra sisters, and she starts going to Roshnara club, and there she meets Bakul. And Bhim and Raja, they take care of Meera Masi. And now a new relationship between Bhim and Dr. Biswas. Dr. Biswas, who has treated Meera Masi and Raja. So there is a new relationship developing between both of them, Bhim and Dr. Biswas. And one day, Dr. Biswas takes Bhim to a music concert, and with they meet their mother also. And now we see that Meera Masi is died and Raja has left for Hyderabad. to join Ali's and leaving his family, his responsibilities, all the responsibilities he is leaving on Bim. And Tara, also married to Bakul, left India. At the end of this section, we see that only Bim and Baba are left together in their old rented house in Old Delhi. Then part third starts. Part third is set in an even further past of the Das family life. In this part, Baba is born. His parents conceived him in their old age. The mother was severely diabetic when she was expecting, and though Baba was the prettiest of all the children, but autistic, mentally retarded. Meera Masi, a poor widow relative, was asked to look after him, and the other three children, Bim, Raja, and Tara. In this section, we come to know that in school, Bim was the leader and loved by all the teachers. She also had dominating nature as she cut Sarah's hair against her will, saying then she will get curly hair. And we also come to know about Tara. She emerges as a timid girl and the person who runs from problems instead of facing them. Like when in a garden in one of the incident with Mishra sisters, Bim got a bee attack. Tara ran and left Bim. Or we can also see in case of leaving Meera Masi when she was ill. In the third part, we see that Mishra sisters were getting engaged without completing their graduation. Bim did not like their decision while Tara seems to be okay with this. This section concluded with Bim's declaration that she will never get married and will never leave Baba, Raja and Meera Masi. Now it's time to talk about the last part of this novel, part 4. Part 4 again sets in present. As the novel started with present only, Tara and Bim are busy. Tara is trying to write a letter to her daughters before their arrival in India, while Bim is concentrating on her college work, as now she is a history teacher in a local college, but Tara wanted Bim and her to put their papers aside and talk. She was keen that Bim accompany her husband and children to Raja's daughter's wedding in Hyderabad, but Bim refuses. Tara also feels guilty. She feels guilty for leaving her sister when Meera Masi was ill and abandoned her sister when she had bee attack. And in this section, we also see that Bim also has a feeling of rejection from her family. As the whole life, she had felt herself to be the center of the family. But now, everyone has left her, whether it's Meera Masi, Raja, or Tara. In this section, we find that Bim gets a message from Mr. Sharma, who works in Das office, requesting one of the Das children to attend an important meeting of the firm. Bim feels helpless and wants to sell the family shares. Well, it means the end of part of their income which they received from the firm, but actually it was too small to count. Now, Tara asks Bim to consult the other family members before taking any steps. Bim gets furious. Bim gets furious that Raja has abandoned his family's responsibility and left her to cope with all the problems by herself. And eventually she takes out all her anger on Baba by shouting at him, hitting him, asking him to go and live with Raja. And even she break the needlehead of the record as Baba was continuously playing the same song. Baba, the innocent creature, could do nothing but look shocked and confused. Well, Tara and her family left for Hyderabad to attend the wedding of Moina, Raja's daughter's wedding. And now Mishras, they invite Bim and Baba to attend a musical evening at their place. There, Bim hears Mulk Mishra and his guru sing. And then she realizes it was her own inadequacy which makes her attack the innocent Baba. This realization makes her achieve a spiritual wholeness by accepting and loving people for what they are. She realizes the importance of bonding of whole family. Bhim's desire to make up with Raja is important because it makes her realize how different parts make the whole. Now she wants to forgive everyone, including Raja. At the end, she opens herself to the light of affection. There was nothing left in the way, only the clear light pouring down from the sun. And with this clear light, the story ends. Friends, hope you like this beautiful story. And if you like the video, do like, subscribe, and share my video. And give me your comment if any. So, thank you so much and bye.